What's going on, you beautiful people out there, and welcome to the Jedi Knights Watch. This is the show where you drive and you tell us where you want us to go. I have my special friend Fabs Figures along for the ride today, and yeah, it's just gonna be us two. But don't let that fool you. It's still gonna be an amazing show, and don't let the lull in the Hot Toys news fool you either, because we're still gonna have a lot of fun tonight. So, Fabs, are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go, but I am not your special friend. That sounded creepy. Thank you. Hello, everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for being here as always. Let's go.
All right. So, again, I know you guys are starting to filter in here, but just want to remind you this is a newer show. So, this is the show where you guys have your input. You can tell us what you want us to talk about. I do have some conversation pieces here in case you're feeling a little bit shy. But again, you have questions for Fabs, for myself, you want to talk about certain figures, feel free to put it in the chat and we'll see if we can get to it. But for now, let's start by seeing who is in the chat. And we got Lewis. Haven't seen Lewis in a while. He says, howdy, what is going on? Thank you for stopping in. Brick Artemis, the loyal Brick. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to a great show and hanging out with you guys. 1-6 Junkie, what is going on? Thank you for stopping in. Cheers, mate. I'm playing this one straight, so cheers.
The night that I'm not, he is unreal.
What are you drinking there?
You don't want to know.
I don't want to know. It's probably some sort of contraption of potions.
It's an herbal drink. Oh my god.
We got Frank in the house. Didn't we have a hashtag for Frank on Saturday?
Yes, Frank's awesome.
Thank Frank or something, I think it was. Hashtag thank Frank.
Yeah, he started the raffle back up.
That's right. That's right. How are we doing with that raffle? We got what, 25 spots left?
25 left, guys. Hurry up, don't be weird.
Don't be weird. Come on. All right, guys. So yeah, just let me know what you guys want to talk about. But until I hear kind of from you in the chat, and hopefully we get a few more people in here, let's just start by the big news of the day, and that was, shocker, Fabs, we got another Iron Man figure.
I am so excited for this. I am not even kidding.
Well, you could have sold that a little bit better, but I think you're telling the truth.
No, really. I will always get Iron Man, especially, this is branded Mark 7, right? This is clearly not a straight up Mark 7. This is a variant of a Mark 7. This is, to me, looks like a combination of a Mark 5 and you got the Mark 5 colors with the Mark 7 body. It's beautiful. I love stuff like this. I love Iron Man. I love the neon text. I love, the Iron Man that people don't like, I love. So I can't wait for this. The only thing is, going through the whole Captain America, 300 piece thing already with Sideshow, that's kind of annoying to have to go through that again. And, there's a huge chance that we're not going to get it. Just like the Captain America from Endgame, but got to take a chance and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's a good point. And it's the Silver Centurion was all red and silver as well, right?
Yeah, kind of like that as well. Same kind of like
same color scheme, obviously different armor. That's one of my least favorite, was that actually the Silver Centurion. Did you like that one?
I love, so after seeing the first like 7 marks, everything after that was just like boom. But it was just, like a new world. So I loved everything after the 7 mark. You know what I mean? Because up to Avengers, that's all you saw. You know what I mean? It was all it was just the 7.
Mm-hmm.
Once after, those movies ended, it was just, then you got Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, and then every new suit you saw after that, I was like, oh my God. So I've loved every suit ever since.
Yeah, Mark 7 was always one of my favorites, and then I actually sold the Mark 7 so I could get the Mark 85 battle damage. And the 85 is up there too because it's very sleek and kind of unified, and it's really nice. But something about the Mark 7 was a great suit. But then for the figure, you got a lot with it too. You could do the battle damage, and we'll talk about some of that too, kind of all the stuff that came with it, and maybe compare it to this one. But I do like the suit. They did the Midas. Did they do a neon tech for Mark 7?
No. So far it's been a
That's
Mark
surprising.
4, a Mark 6, and the War Machine, and I don't know. Was it Mark 7? I don't think there's been a Mark 7 yet.
No. Okay. Well, anyways, like Fab said, this is the preview for the Mark 7. This is the D100, the Disney 100 anniversary version, 6-scale figure. So Sideshow and Hot Toys presents the Iron Man Mark 7 in celebration of 100 years of Disney. This piece will only have 300 available through sideshow.com. I think I heard, was it 1,500 total for this figure?
Yeah, it could be.
And 300 through Sideshow. Special bonus to those who RSVP. Sign up the RSVP today for a chance to order this limited edition figure. So if you sign up for the RSVP, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get the opportunity to buy it. It's just giving yourself a chance, right?
And that bonus is a coupon code.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, well, let's take a look at this figure here. Let me pull it up. It does look nice. I don't know if it's something that is really up my alley, but
it's different. It's just so different. It's not your typical Mark 7, and that's what makes it, pop to me, that different color scheme. Not only that, but like if you scroll through the pictures, you'll see some of the new like the thigh pads and stuff. They're all they're interchangeable. So that's all, again, it's nothing crazy, nothing new. But like look at the base. Like that right there is beautiful. I don't know if we're getting that black splash of that A. I hope we do, because that looks really, really classy, but there's just something about this armor that looks beautiful to me.
Do you think this backdrop of the Avengers A is going to be like the flimsy stuff that we get with Doctor Strange?
Yeah, because it looks like glass right now, and that would be
right.
You know
that would be, or like a plexiglass would be really nice.
Very thin, like a very thin but heavy duty feeling. You know what I mean? Like something sturdy, something that feels good in hand. But no, it's probably gonna be some cheap stuff. But that would be nice to get some, some nice glass for it. Beautiful.
Yeah, and then if it lit up, that would be pretty dope.
That would be sick too.
What do you think about this base? It almost reminds me of like the Justice League.
That's exactly what it is. It's that style of base.
I'm digging the big Marvel sign though.
I like it. I think this is the second figure or something like this. There was another figure that had this base. I just can't remember which one. And I'm pretty sure it was another Iron Man 2. I just can't remember. It was a recent one that had this base, because I've seen this base before. I just don't remember which figure it was.
I think you're right. I think I did hear
that.
Yeah, no,
it's pretty recent. I just don't remember which one it is.
I do kind of wish that the Marvel was just the white. I can't tell. Let me see if I can zoom in here a little bit. So we got like a bunch of designs. We got like Avengers.
Well,
it's all
like
different.
Comic book, like when you're starting like a Marvel movie and you get all those comic book.
Yeah, it's all the different hero logos. Yeah. You got Spider-Man, Black Panther. That is pretty cool, but I think from far away, I think
Frank just said the Mark 1 base. That's exactly what it is. The Mark
that's
1.
right.
And I couldn't remember because I still don't have it.
Yeah, what the heck? What's going on with that?
It's been about a month and a half, fully paid off, still waiting on my Mark 1. They said when I messaged them, they said pretty soon. So I don't know what soon means, but a month and a half.
Yeah. Really quickly, we do have got the Joker in the house. Midas repaint looks good though. Mike, I see it's a slow night. Now Jedi Stream Fabs is here just messing. What is going on, Mike? We're just getting going here. So yeah, we're just priming ourselves here. Collector Joey in the house. We got the Geeker here. Says it's also the Mark 1 base. Yeah, so it's cool. Are you getting this either way? Like, are you gonna pay whatever you gotta pay to get it if you can't get it through Sideshow?
Yes and no. Like, I am gonna get it regardless. Like, for example, that Mark 47 with that new fancy base, that Shanghai exclusive, like I'm still getting that figure. I haven't gotten it yet. I'm obviously still sitting there, which everybody knew was gonna happen. So I'm still gonna get that, even though I have 2 of the original ones with Tony's head sculpt. We know that one doesn't come with a head sculpt, but I still want it, and I'm still gonna get it. Obviously, I'm gonna hopefully get it dirt cheap at some point. But this one, same exact thing. I will. This I'm probably gonna get sooner. Hopefully, I get it right from Sideshow. That would be ideal. But if not, then I'll probably get it. The same way I got the Endgame cap. One way or another, I'll get it because I need to have all the Iron Man figures in my collection just because I love them. You know what I mean?
Is there an Iron Man that you don't have?
Yes. The one we talk about all the time, that Mark III, that gunmetal Mark III.
Okay, yep.
$2,000, and then I think that's the only one I'm missing that I really want.
See, this is a sick pose.
Yeah.
This, like, because with my 85 battle damage, he's in that set it and forget it pose, that on the knees with the
Right.
nano gauntlet. I do kind of miss having like an Iron Man just to kind of put him in like a power pose like this.
You don't have any Iron Man?
Just the 85 battle damage.
Oh,
I
just
did own the clean 85 and then the Mark 7, and then I had the Mark 4, the plastic version, back when I started collecting. But those
I have some for sale for $600 if you're interested.
Oh, 600, yeah, I like that.
I like that.
Why buy from Sideshow when I can buy directly from the legend himself?
Why buy from Sideshow when you can support your friends? Unreal. Unbelievable. See this, guys? This is what I deal with every day.
Guy would rather support a stranger in Sideshow than his own friend
Exactly.
for a little bit of an add-on.
Unreal.
Do you use any of these plastics?
No, that especially that effect is super, super long. Like it's like so like unnecessary long. So like I've never used it. I tried using it for the pod for the Mark 7 diecast, that new one. And it was like such a humongous piece. I was like, why did I even bother taking it out of the box? But it looks cool as part of the pod setup. So I used it, but yeah, those pieces are so like useless.
So Joker said this is the Midas repaint. So is this the exact same figure as the Midas, or do we think this has got newer features? Like,
I think the Midas. Let me see, because the Midas is. I think the Midas is another Mark 7. I think the only difference is the color. You know what I mean? So I think that's why they called it, a Mark whatever. I'm not gonna say it's 100% exact, but it's very, very close to a Mark 7. Obviously they wouldn't name it, a different Mark if it was the same exact thing. You know what I mean? Like I think it's Mark like 20 something or whatever. Either 20 or 21, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. If you guys know in the chat, please let me know, because I never those random like Iron Man 3 movie marks are not so commonly talked about, so that's why I don't really know that number, but it sounds like it's like a 20 something. But again, it's its own mark. It's not exactly, but it looks very similar to a Mark 7. So the fact that this is called Mark 7, this is 100% a Mark 7, with just a slight different paint app.
The one thing that annoyed me about the
there
Mark
you go.
7,
So the Midas is 21, so I was right.
Okay. The one thing that annoyed me about the 7 were these shoulder plates always popping off. So
there were the way that they you're talking about the plastic or the die cast?
The plastic ones.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, because the plastic, that's what happened to. Yeah, because I don't know if you remember what they did. It was like a they made a hole and then you had to slide like an insert into it to keep it there.
Yeah.
But it was like, but if you move the arm,
there's nothing that really held it in. It just kind of pegged in.
Yep. Yeah. No, that was annoying. But once you put it down, you didn't really move it after that.
I don't know if it's these photos and the way that the light's hitting it, but I love how it shines. I gotta say, it's kind of a bummer that this is going to be so limited because it is pretty cool. Do we have like a price?
This is my favorite. This is my favorite like shot right here. Just the fact that obviously every Mark 7, I've always put the the missiles, the one in the middle, on, just because it looks like that much better. But the fact that you get the other two also, you could just give it a different look. It's nice. So that's why I really want. I want it just because it's going to be a different look of a Mark 7.
Do we know like kind of what price is going to be for this?
Oh, it's going to be this probably around the same price as the what do you call it? The Shanghai one. Because it's it's so exclusive, they're going to want to get about $500 out of that. So that's going to be a no-brainer. 400 and change probably.
I think the Mark 7 was 433.
Yeah, it's going to be.
So yeah,
it's going to be 450 something, 450, 480 something like that.
Yeah, it looks nice. I kind of like the base too, where it kind of just props the figure up a little bit more. I'm more of a sucker for Iron Man figures that have the gold in the suit, but this looks really nice. I mean, you can't
I like it because it's not gold. You know what I mean? Everything else we've got, every Iron Man has gold. You know what I mean? So that's why it's like, oh, like finally, like, yeah, like, people just dislike, the constant Iron Man figures, period. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind them, but if I'm gonna get something new, I'd rather something different than your original, red and gold or that stuff.
Well, we're being a bad influence on Brick. He says, "You guys are making me look up Iron Man figures to get." Dude, I mean, if there's
Don't
something
do it.
about, and
Don't
even
do
the even the RoboCop figure, there's something about holding a die-cast figure
Yes,
in your
that's
hand
and
with the
that's what it
heft,
does. That's what it does.
and
Mhm.
they're just so nice.
Yep.
You
It
know,
makes
and
you
and
feel
there's a
like it's
lot,
worth what you paid for.
right? And there's a lot on Sideshow right now that you could still get. I
Very
don't know,
cheap.
they haven't really been doing the deals as much lately, but um, at least free shipping or $5 shipping. But maybe even on eBay, there's probably some deals out there. It's kind of like making me want to look for the Mark 7 again, and pick that up. But this is pretty
Which
nice.
one?
But
Which one? Plastic or
no, diecast.
oh, diecast. Did you ever
Yeah,
have the diecast or no?
yeah.
Why would you sell that? It's unreal. See? No response. He doesn't even know why he did
Well,
it.
I was
Unbelievable.
young in my collecting age, and
When
I
was
was
that?
like,
6 months ago? Unreal.
oh, so here's how I'm evolving as a collector. And Fabs, you'll appreciate this, is because I've always talked about having one character representation, unless it's like a Batman or maybe even a Joker, Darth Vader. But now it's getting to the point where I'm like looking at my shelves and I'm thinking for Star Wars at least, we get a New Hope, a Luke, and we put all the New Hope together. We get Empire Strikes Back figures, and we get Luke for that, and we just have a Luke on each shelf.
Right.
So now instead of one in the collection, it's like one on each shelf, and it's just like, oh boy, this is probably not a good idea, but that's kind of the
That's
vision I'm
but
starting to
that's
have.
yeah, but that's how you do it.
That's right.
That's correct.
So with Marvel, I'm still kind of to the point where it's just a couple shelves, and it's pretty much just one representation of each character, and it's like the Avengers. But yeah, I can make it work. I can make it work.
But your favorite one is Mark 7. That's like your must have, like, out of
It
the top,
was.
out of this.
It
Well, you
was,
already
but
have the
then
85, but I'm saying, like, out of those 7, that the top 7,
yeah, for
first
sure. I
7.
mean, I do like obviously the 3 is really good, but it's a little like when you look at some of these and compare it gets a little bubbly or bulky. But even the Mark 4 is something I've always really liked too.
Yeah, I think out of all of those, the 6 and the 7 are my, like, besides obviously like the Mark 1. The Mark 1's like, even though it's not like an actual like badass like, suit, you know what I mean? Like, it's just very bulky and I like that, but the hooked up suits, Mark 6 and Mark 7. I don't know what it is about. I think I like that blue, that remember the Avengers when he takes off his helmet and it's got that bluish light inside the helmet when he puts it on, and I think you get that as a bonus as well for one of the figures. I love that, that light up feature, that bluish light. So I think that's what really attracts me to that. And then the 7, it's just fully loaded with, like, all that stuff, the weapons, and you got the missiles coming out of the thighs and all that stuff, which was, brand new to that suit. So
True. Joker says 435 plus shipping and
yeah,
tax,
yeah,
probably.
at least
Yeah,
435.
because it won't be cheaper than the original Mark 7.
Correct. It's
We got
updated.
Valiant Archer in the
It's
house.
updated. It's limited. Forget it.
Yeah, the Geeker says he's so sleek looking in silver and red.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why. What was that Mark from Homecoming? 40, 46?
7? 46,
No,
47?
no, 46 or 45. It's one of those two. 45 or 46 was the silver and red from Homecoming that everybody loved because, again, it was different. It was a brand new suit. And it was just those colors were just so appealing to everybody that it was such a hit of a figure that they ended up reissuing it eventually.
So if we play just a quick game of Hot Toys versus here.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look how much more bulky he looks as gold and red than he does
He
silver
does.
and red. You know what I
That
mean?
silver abdomen area kind of
Yep.
slims him down a
Oh,
bit.
absolutely he does. But he just looks so much more sleek, like you said.
Yeah, this is a tough one. So, I mean, if you guys are looking at like the entire package, you got a ton of pieces. You also got the accessories that kind of make them into that flying suit, which I don't think anybody ever does, where you can like transform. I don't know. You got that accessory, if you know, to like that pod that comes flying in. You can do that with the Mark 7.
The
But
new
then
one,
you also
yes.
get the battle damage stuff. The one thing that I'm a little bummed, especially for like an exclusive like this, is that we don't get like a Tony Stark head sculpt.
Right, which you're never gonna get with a number one exclusive piece like this, which is the same reason why you didn't get one with the previous Mark 46, I believe that was with the Shanghai, with the Shanghai exclusive one. Pieces like that, they just do them for that reason. Just a quick 1, 2, 3. Here you go. We're gonna tweak it, make it limited, and then boom. So to make a head sculpt for a piece like that doesn't make any sense to them. You know what I mean? And they make their money
Mhm.
because it's a limited piece that they only made for that one. That one thing that they decided to make it for.
So if you could choose one of these
Oh,
to have,
you
I
already
think
know.
it's actually pretty easy for me.
Oh, the new one, of course, the new
I
one.
think so too, actually.
Oh
Which
my god.
I like. I like the gold, but I don't know if it's just like maybe it's the photo, the shine. It looks like it just shines better. But then I like
It's
that
such a
base a lot
classy,
too.
it's such a classy figure. It's such a classy figure. It looks very clean. And that base makes it look, it makes it look like you're looking at a car at a dealership. You know what I mean? Like it looks just that brand
We're looking
new
at
and
a
that.
Ferrari here.
Yeah, and you get. I'm looking at it and I smell like new car smell like in the picture. That's crazy. But yeah, no,
Well,
the new one's so much better.
well, and it is so much cleaner. Like the Mark 7, we got that. It was like that reused Terminator base, with the road with the
Right.
some damage. But like I don't know, something about this where he's like I said, he's propped up. You got the huge Marvel sign. Like some people might think that's a little gaudy, but I really like that Marvel just kind of bam right there. I mean, we know it's Iron Man, so I don't need a nameplate. I mean, we know it's Marvel too, but it just adds to the figure with that red and silver or red and white.
Plus, you got to remember too that it's a Marvel specific piece. I mean, a Disney specific piece. So it's supposed to be, something completely different than your regular pieces. It's supposed to be, the fact that they did the Marvel sign like they did, animated and make it, to a certain extent, very cartoonish, very, very, very childish. It's for that reason, you know what I mean? And it's up to the person to say, you know what, this is cool, this is not, I don't want it, or I want it. But they do this specifically because this is supposed to be something special in in that company.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with either one of these. If you guys, I mean,
Right.
again, it's a small chance you guys are going to get this one, but I mean, it could be easily, it could be like an easy roll your eyes, like oh, another Iron Man. But the more I like kind of check him out and look at him,
Mhm. Yep.
he does look very, very tempting, very nice. And I think I've seen some of those Captain Americas going on eBay for only like I don't want to say only, but like $500 range. I mean, that's
Yeah, that's what they've been going for since they were released.
for such an exclusive. That doesn't seem like a very bad price.
Well, it is when the original price is, 300, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, this one will probably go higher because it's die cast, and I don't know.
Well, of
I,
course.
I, I don't know if it's more limited. If 1,500 pieces definitely isn't that much,
Well, we don't know what the Captain America total was, you know what I mean?
right?
So that's the only difference. But I'm gonna assume it's probably something not too far off from that. I'm not gonna say it's 1,500 because it's not a Disney, situation. You know
Right.
what I mean? So that I understand why it's only 15. I get it. But for something, specifically a Hot Toy exclusive, it's not going to be, a 15 because again, this is specifically for Hot Toys. This Iron Man specifically for Disney, it's two different worlds. So that's why.
So let's speculate. What do you think this is going to fetch on the secondhand market? What do you think it's going to peak at? I mean, that was it the 40, was it 45, 46? The Homecoming one, that was going for over 1,000 before it was
Right,
reissued.
right.
Do you think this hits anywhere near that
It
same
could,
territory?
it could. The problem is, you know, are people really, like you just mentioned, people aren't really looking for an Iron Man. You know what I mean? They really don't care for Iron Man, as much as anything else. You know what I mean? Because again,
Right.
we've gotten so many. So it depends on, the demand on that figure. Are people really liking it? Are people, hating it? That's what's going to determine what's going to happen, with the figure when it's announced. You're going to start seeing in the groups, people talking about it, who got it, who didn't, and then you kind of get an idea of, what it's going to go for. That happened to me with the D23 Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like I just,
Churro.
I couldn't find it, and I still can't find it. I got the original one, the regular one, without the exclusive churro and the soda can and that other and I think it's the comic book. But I'm still looking for it. And I'm not gonna give up. Again, I got the other one that's right behind me. I don't know if you guys could see. Yeah, it's right. See, I put the he's got the hoodie on and the what do you call it? The head sculpt. I put Tom Holland's head sculpt on it.
I see a bunch of white gloves and some liquid and
yeah, that's
weird light going on back there.
That's my private area. Okay. So what do you call it? So yeah, so that so that's what happened. So am I gonna look for it until I find it? Absolutely. Is this gonna piece that I'm gonna have? Absolutely.
The hunt. This will be the hunt for you.
Oh no, but it's not even like that. Like, it's not like I'm sitting there going like, oh my God, like, I'm still looking for that Rocky piece. I'm still looking for that Iron Man piece, from years ago. So it's not like I get hardcore like that, because it's very rare that I miss anything. So when I do miss something, for example, again, the Captain America, like, what am I going to do? You can't really do much, but go find it somewhere else. So that's
but isn't that part of the thrill too? Is kind of that hunt? Like, I'm not saying you got to go hardcore, but at the same time, like, I enjoyed before I found like my DX8 Joker, just like searching for him and like almost pulling the trigger, but it was too much money and waiting. And then I don't know, part of the fun, I guess, or the adrenaline rush was kind of like the hunt and the anticipation of getting them. And then so I don't know. To me, it's kind of fun.
100%. That's 100% true. So I went through that in the very beginning when I had first started, and I was looking, like, for example, one of the hardest figures for me to get back then was Leonidas and Blade. So those two, which is why now I own 2 of each, because I like those figures for me were such a chase, and like just to have them, I was like, you know what? I was like, I need 2 of these. So over the years, so I got them, when I got them, and then over the years, I ended up buying seconds because I was like, you know what? I was like, I need to have like both looks for these figures. So I do that, but it just depends on on what it is.
47 is from Homecoming.
So it's 47. So I'm confusing the one from Shanghai. So that's got to be a 46 then.
I'm just gonna try to. I know I'm falling behind in the chat here. 16 Junkie says Star Wars Celebration next week. Any predictions on what we could get?
Oh, probably more. I'm gonna say probably more episode 2 stuff.
Well, we got to start Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary here pretty quick too, I would think. Do you think maybe they wait till like May for that? I mean, it was weird because last year they gave us a few during May, and then we didn't get like Padme or anybody till like later in the year. Almost like the end of the year, I thought.
Right.
We had young Anakin and Padme, and then
all right,
a couple other ones too. Predictions, God, I hate giving predictions because I don't like being wrong.
Brick says Jar Jar. Oh, absolutely. He saw that in my group. I don't even think he's in my group, but I think he saw it in my group. He's coming. He's coming. 100%. Like,
yeah, Misa thinks Jar Jar.
Yeah, Misa thinks.
Misa thinks.
Yeah,
I can't believe that actor got so much. I mean, I hated the character, but I mean, I would never hate on the person for playing a role. Like, I can't believe he got so many like.
I read that like because he was playing Jar Jar Binks, like they give him a hard time.
Right. Well, same with the lady that played in Obi-Wan series, who played the third sister or whatever it was.
Oh, I don't know.
She got a lot of hate for the way her character was, and it's like, dude, she's just playing the character. She's not the one deciding this.
I remember. Yeah, when the show first came out, she was getting all this hate, and then Obi-Wan had to step in and say, like, guys, like, leave her alone. Like, she's just an actress. Like,
she's playing a role that's assigned to her.
Can you imagine having to tell people that? Like,
dude, this isn't real,
Right? No, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Joker likes the Listerine Iron Man. Didn't you like that one?
That's a beautiful piece. That color, that very, very light. It's not a chrome. It's like a very light metallic, like silver with that light green. It's a beautiful combination. I put a that what if Tom Cruise slash Tony Stark head sculpt on it. It looks amazing.
I saw that.
Oh, it looks so good.
Fabs, you got any Iron Man in your raffle?
On my big hitters raffle, I do. I got a ton of Iron Man, but that's the bigger raffle. If we can't even fill the small one up,
forget about it.
Good luck. But yeah, I do have a ton. I'll show. Are you in the group, Brick? I don't even know if you're in the group.
Yeah, he's in the group because
yeah. So
he's
go
been in
up,
a bunch of your raffles.
Go up top where everything's pinned at the top, and then scroll to the right, I believe, and then you'll see the other raffles there.
Let's see here. Yeah, red and silver looks great. I'm just getting here. Let's see what Lewis says. Sorry if I missed this. Do you think we can use Sideshow reward points to pre-order this D100 if we purchase via Sideshow?
Probably not. Absolutely not.
I don't think so.
If for whatever reason the only one that may work is the one that starts with thanks, and you get those $20 off. If that doesn't work, nothing will work.
Right. Yeah, I would think if you secure it on the RSVP, you'd get to use points.
If you secure it and you're looking to be cheap and get it for cheaper, like stop. Like just be thankful that you're getting the figure, period. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I don't think anybody's looking to nickel and dime the figure that only 300 people are getting. You know what I mean? Like take it easy. Like we get it, you're trying to save money, but like calm down.
Probably won't even have a shot like Endgame stealth cap.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's got well. The only difference for me, and now I think I'm in the game. Remember my Wi-Fi last week, and remember it now. So it's night and day. so now that I got better Wi-Fi, I'm gonna be stuck on this computer when I hear that it's out. Yeah, right now I'm hardwired. So Sideshow, you have no chance.
Unless the site crashes, but and you're kind of out of luck. Which I could see happening just because everybody coming on at that same time. Hopefully they're ready for that.
That's exactly what happens. It's crazy. But at the same time, it's like the only people who got it must have had either the craziest luck or the best internet, because I tried on my phone. I was on my computer and my phone at the same time. And I would get all the way down to checkout, and I would hit checkout and it would refresh me all the way to the beginning. Jeez. That happened like 20, 30 times. I was like, oh my God.
We got Denobi 2 in the house. What's going on, sir? He says he joined the RSVP. He's got his fingers crossed. Good luck to you. Good luck to everybody just trying to get their hands on that. We got Valiant Archer. I'm not anticipating this going well based on the stealth suit cap event. Well, that's the thing too. And like you said, Fabs, like it's with anything that's like in high demand that you try to pre-order. Like it's like when they tell you like 10 a.m. or it's usually like 4 a.m. Eastern, you can start to pre-order.
The worst.
You get on there right on time, and it's like it's lagging, and then you get it in your cart, you go to check out, and it just says, I'm sorry, we're already sold out. Like 2 minutes later, you're just like, come on.
Yep. The worst.
So it's probably gonna be frustrating.
Same exact thing. It's gonna be the same exact thing. And like I said, now that I have better Wi-Fi, I'm good. Yeah. Watch me not get it again.
Yep, Brick says Jar Jar. He's laughing, but that figure's got to be coming.
You'll see. You'll see.
You'll see.
Brick. You'll see.
He's awesome in the first movie, but second character was bad. I would say he was terrible in the first movie, and he was even worse after that. Like, what do they even do with his character? Like, he's this buffoon that then all of a sudden he's like in politics and he's like a leader. Like, well, he got kicked out of his own village. Like, how is this happening?
Oh my God.
A weird arc.
Well, it's Star Wars, it's not real.
I'm gonna write him a hate letter, I think.
Oh man.
Ahmed Best. Thank you for the name. I'm gonna go find him. No. Lewis says, I think it would be cool if we got Jedi Kelleran back But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how they flesh that character out, or if they do at all. But I wouldn't anticipate a figure of him yet. But it would be cool. Would be cool. Maybe Obi-Wan from episode 2. Mace was announced. So Django's been released. So Django's available on Sideshow.
I'm surprised Django's still around. Remember when Django was like about to
Everybody was itching for him to
Yeah.
finally get released, and then
But
what was
that's
it?
but that goes to show, because I know tons of people got it, tons, and it's still not gone. So they must have made a ton of them.
What's up, Gambit in the house? Thanks for coming in. Holy cow, we got a stranger here. We got Man of Hot Collectibles. What's up, Graham? Sideshow site sucks. Wait a couple of weeks. It'll be 20% off. Laughing my ass off. I don't know about this one. I mean, 300 pieces, but I don't know. Maybe we can find it on the secondhand market if we can't get lucky enough to get it. But thank you for stopping in. We got politics are filled with buffoons. That's a great point.
Filled with buffoons.
That's like yeah, touche on that one. So, speaking of like finding things on like sale and stuff like that, Fabs.
Sales.
The sideshow deals have cooled. Have they corrected? I can't even spell here, but have they corrected the market by making smaller batches? Or is this just, or have they just finally gotten through all of that back stock that now, because we were getting like through Thanksgiving all the way to the end of January, like BOGO, we were getting 25. I mean, we're still getting a couple.
Yeah,
but like,
no, that's not.
it
That's not gonna
was.
stop. That's not going to stop anytime soon. I don't think.
So do you think that's more of just like a lull right now, or do you think you don't
I
think
think they're
that's
just trying to get rid of stuff. I think that they're just trying not to sit on as much stuff as probably they usually are used to. You know what I mean? This whole thing where coming from Hot Toys making a certain amount to all of a sudden increasing their production numbers. I think that obviously they're going to order more pieces from Hot Toys, therefore they're going to have more more stock, therefore you're risking not selling everything. You know what I mean? And just because you had a wave of people ordering a ton of stuff doesn't mean that you're going to have that constant wave of people constantly ordering all this stuff all the time. You know what I mean? Which is what happened in 2020. So I think that's what threw them off. I think, because of what happened in 2020, I think that got them to getting more stock, that got them stuck with a lot more stock. And I think what they're trying to do is just get rid of as much as possible without trying to lose any money. Because remember, we can't combine. We can't, if you get some, free shipping already, you can't do this. Like it's annoying, but they're trying to save as much. They're trying not to lose as much money as possible. I think
right.
That's what's trying.
And I know we've talked about this on our with our ICS friends, that we're not really buying all of the waitlisted items before they're even released. Do you think there is any truth to some of these things going before they're actually out, or do you think they're going to miraculously appear again and they'll get we found another batch, or we found a whole crate and now they're back in stock? And I think it's going to be more of that stuff, or do you think because I know you pre-order. I haven't really pre-ordered recently, but I think it's just games that Sideshow's playing. I think it's all going to come back in stock, but there is a little percent of me in the back of my mind that worries about the battle damage Darth Vader or the Batman figure. If it sells out, I'll get it eventually, I think. But I don't know. There's just a little bit of worry in the back of my mind. But do you think it's just tactics still? Because a lot more, it seems like a lot more lately. Sorry to keep cutting you off. It seems like a lot more lately is selling out before it's actually out.
So we thought that when Arena Boba Fett was going to come out, that was going to be one of the figures that they were going to do that with. You know what I mean? It's sold out, and then all of a sudden, it's back. Well, it's been how long now, and it hasn't come back. You know what I mean?
Right.
So depending on the figures, which is always what the case is. Depending on the figures, I still believe that some will sell out, not as much as they used to in the past by any means whatsoever, but some will. Um, but it's not going to happen as often as it ever did.
Well, and it's hard to like believe Sideshow, like, oh yeah,
That's another
this is
problem.
waitlisted
That's
because what
another problem.
Peacemaker, we had a whole wave of things that were waitlisted that people were scoring on their wait list, and now it's just back up for pre-order, or it was for a while, and then it left again. I don't know. It's just weird, kind of how it works, and I don't understand it fully, but it's hard to believe Sideshow when they say something is almost gone when it keeps coming back time
That's
and time again.
that's the issue that they've created on purpose. They've
Right.
done this on purpose because now you don't know. So their mentality is, well, it's their problem if they miss it or not. You know what I mean? We're just going to do what we need to do to make our money. That's up to them to, if they fall for it or not, it is what it is.
True.
So that's what I think is happening. I think that they're going to continue to do, play that game, get as many people. Look, it happened, during the live stream that night to you and Flavio, during the stream.
The DeLorean, yeah.
Right. So it works. It works. You know what I mean? We could sit here and talk about this all day, every day, and people will still fall for it. You know what I mean? Because it just gets you to a point where it's like, man, do I really want to miss out on that figure and risk, having to either overpay or not getting it for a while? Or so that's where it comes in, not that you're going to miss out the figure and, oh my God, it's the end of the world. I don't think it's that. But if it's something that you really want, you're really not going to want to risk not being able to get it soon. Right. So I think that's where people fall for it.
I remember when Pennywise was like low stock, and then for a weekend Pennywise went waitlist, and then all of a sudden Monday he's back, and he's been back ever since.
I remember.
And it's been, that was well over, I think, a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
There's some other ones too that disappeared and then they come back. So it's really hard to like believe.
You know why I remember that, because I had ordered 4. So I still got 2. No, it's crazy. I still got 2. So I opened 2. I still got 2 sealed. So what happened was, the moment I heard that they were gone, I was like, yes. I was like, I could get rid of them now. And then Monday came and I was like, psych. So that happened.
We got Eric in the house joining us. What is going on, Eric? Thank you for being here. Just a reminder, guys, this is the show that you guys have input. If there's a topic or a question you want to ask within reason, ask it, and that's what we'll talk about. But
don't ask about my collection.
Let's see each and every one of your pieces. Dante says he thinks the Hot Toys values decreased a lot. The 2.0s and reissues are definitely not helping. I think 2.0s are a good thing, but I can also see where obviously it adds more to the market, so now, where something was more exclusive and now, maybe it's not. What do you think about 2.0s and reissues? Do you think they're okay? Do you think they kind of hurt the value of some of these figures?
I don't care about 2.0s at all, ever. They're a new figure, you know what I mean? Reissues are more of a problem than anything, to me. A 2.0, again, it's always going to be different. It's always going to have something different. It's always going to be, slightly, different accessory, something tweaked that it's considered, which is why it's considered 2.0. Reissues, though, it's a different world. Reissues will kill the value of a figure that, was already out, and it was, the first mark or first release or whatever you want to call it. The moment you reissue that figure, whether it's, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years down the line, there goes the value for that figure, because now you don't have only one. Now you have a second one. Even though it's updated and all that stuff, it already, the fact that there was only one in the market and now there's 2, immediately dead.
Right.
DED.
Well, DED. Well, it even reminds me of like the Nightmare Batman, and just like how we got that 2.0 or our reissue. I mean, I guess it'd be a 2.0. They redid the coat, and
it's a 2.0. Yeah, it's a 2.0.
I mean, you could get 600 plus for that Nightmare Batman, and now you're looking at 250, maybe 300 tops
for the original, for the first one.
Right.
Yeah.
just sank the value. So yeah, I definitely agree, with that. Like I think I think like let's just take like Bane. You got the original, which is very outdated. You get the 2.0, you get the whole new body, really bulked up. Hopefully the coat, I think the coat's made of like more of like a suede instead of like an actual pleather.
Yes, right.
So like those 2.0s I think are really justified. But like when you're looking at um Heavy Mando and
But
then
that,
Paz
wait,
Vizsla.
but before you continue, that's another thing. Remember that the original one was from what?
True, and that's very true.
That's
Yeah,
that
years ago,
changes
10 years ago plus.
everything. That changes
Right.
everything too. So I wouldn't even consider that a reissue or a 2.0 because that's a completely different line, completely different figure all around. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's the same character, but it's not the same figure.
But I don't think those hurt value. I think it's more of
Correct.
like
Right.
the Paz Vizsla,
Well,
where
that double
it's a
pack, you're
name
not going to be
change.
able to get, as a single pack. You're not going to
True.
get a black Superman. You know what I mean? You're not going to get the Nightmare Batman from that double pack by itself, unless it's loose and not. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it's a huge, that double pack is a huge difference compared to the original.
Right. But like the Paz Vizsla, you get a shield and then a name change. Like to me, it already kind of killed the value of that first Heavy Mando. You can get that for like $250, $300 now. Whereas before, that's the one figure I remember sold out before it came to be released. When I started collecting, like it wasn't like that's you pre-ordered, so that stuff didn't happen to you, and that's the figure I remember that it sold out, and it was going for $500, and now you can find it for 250, 300. So
I
you know
sold
it,
I
it
sold two for 700.
really.
I bought three.
Jeez.
I had purchased two. I sold one for 700. I purchased another one for no, I sold one for 700 that I had bought for retail. This is what happened. Then I sold out the retail one for 700. Then I bought one for 700 and I sold it for 900. That's what happened. So that's how hot that figure was back then, that like I was able to do that with that figure. And it
Sure.
was all on eBay. It was all on eBay. It wasn't like I was like, getting it from people. Like I sold it on eBay. But that's how crazy that was.
Yeah. Oh, let's see here. We got Striker 47. Want to see how bad of a pre-order this new Iron Man is going to have, because we already saw how bad it was with Captain America's stealth suit. Yeah, it's gonna be
It's gonna be fun.
it's gonna be interesting
It's
for
gonna
the
it's
people
gonna
that even try.
it's gonna keep the ones who really want it on their toes for that day.
Right. What do you guys think about the John Wick 4 figure news? I also pre-ordered Toby and Garfield Spider-Man figures. Will you guys be getting those, and what are your thoughts? Well, starting with John Wick 4, I've heard really good things about the film. Definitely want to see it. But as far as the figure that was teased and then deleted, it is curious. I'm not sure if it really means anything, because they haven't. It's not like they announced it. It was just a tease, so maybe they're tweaking something. That's my guess. I don't know if you have a different guess. It's not like they're not going to release or announce a John Wick figure. We're going to get one. It's just maybe they want to change something before they do it.
I find it weird that they remove that. Why would they? I my first thought was maybe because of the guns, like in the picture, but I'm like, that's what the movie is about. So you know what I mean? Like, why would you do that? But so I don't know. I don't. I mean, I didn't think anything of it. It is. I don't think that the figures are not coming. I think they're 100% coming anyway. If the movie does well, I don't know how the movie is doing right now. D'Lo, shout out to D'Lo. I think he saw it. He was very quiet about it. he just said great movie. I think that's what he said, and that was it. Like nothing else about it. I don't know if he. Well, you know, I don't know if it wasn't good. I think the reason why he kept quiet is because in the group we have a lot of people who don't like things spoiled for them. So I think maybe that's why he kept, he didn't say much about it. But I would hope it's a good movie.
I've heard it's the best one outside of probably the first one. And it's funny because Brick actually got me to watch that movie back in the day. Yeah, the first one. I just thought it was like, Keanu Reeves' career was kind of fading, and I just figured it was like another just shooter movie that
faded. He's never faded.
he is all that has ever existed. No, but I watched it on a whim and I loved it. I was like, except for the puppy, but like I loved it. And the second one was really good. The third one's good, but it starts to get a little
The
iffy.
moment they got like mystical with it, I was like, I'm good. Like
Well,
that was because like I get it. You know what I mean? Like the fact that they have this whole like underground world, this whole, so I get why they went that route, because it's like it's all like unbelievable anyway. So why,
right.
what's the difference, So I get it, but it was like, like you had to take it there. Like, so that I was, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't great. I love the first and the second one. Oh my God.
Well, then the only thing too is like he's a part of the secret underground club. But then in the third one, everybody's a part of it. Like every single person
Everybody
on
he
the street. I'm
meets,
like,
yeah, everybody he
okay,
meets
well, it
is
takes a little bit away from the
right,
mystique of this
right,
club. So
right.
it's a little hard to believe, but
Yeah.
yeah, it is what it is. We got Eric Rubio. What's up, gang?
Oh, run.
Man of Hot Collectibles, great show. Keep it up. Hit the like button, guys. Have a good night. Thank you for stopping by, Dante. And yes, please hit that like button if you guys are enjoying the show. Remember when they said Hot Toys was broke? Pepperidge Farm remembers. I remember because I'm pretty sure Fabs is one of those people that said it. I remember. I think he also said,
It's good.
I don't want to call anybody out, but I think Fabs also said, at least privately to us, that InArt was going to dethrone Hot Toys, and it was like all but over.
I did.
It's
It's like,
it's embarrassing, but
you don't even believe that. You don't even believe what's coming out of your mouth right now.
what's going on, Beskar Kid? Thanks for stopping in. We appreciate it. No, it's I think Hot Toys is doing just fine. I don't think they're missing any dollar bills. Let's see here, guys. They took off the John Wick pick because they didn't edit the missing finger.
I don't know. I didn't see the movie, so I don't know.
Well, the third one he did that. Remember he in the desert.
Oh yes, yeah. Oh my God. I completely forgot about that.
Oh man, are we gonna get a figure with only 4 fingers?
It better be like 220, because that plastic's expensive.
Yeah, and then how's he gonna grip a gun? Man.
Oh, he'll be fine.
Oh, I didn't really answer the second part of Brick's question quick. Will you guys be getting those Spider-Man? I know Fabs will.
What Spider-Man?
The Garfield and Toby.
Oh hell yeah. They're pre-ordered already. I just
With Fabs, it's not a question of if, it's how many.
Yeah, no. Those days are gone. I completely forgot to order Paz Vizsla. I ordered him today. I thought I had ordered him already.
See, I was thinking of going back and getting Heavy Mando for cheap and just going that route. I might.
Well, you could do that and then just get the shield on eBay.
I don't need the shield. I'm never going to use
it. No,
it.
you do. No. No. See, this is
no. But either way, it's not that figure, so it wouldn't matter.
No, correct. But that's what I'm saying. You're getting the figure for cheaper, and then you get the accessory from the new figure, and you got a whole complete figure for $220. Unreal. This guy.
But I don't need the shield.
I'm not saying you need it. I'm just saying you could just get it and just have the whole figure, and you don't need 2. Unbelievable.
No, I wouldn't get 2 anyway. I would barely get 1.
I know that. You get half and put it and glue it together. Unreal.
Save some money. I'll cut it in half.
Yeah. Oh my God.
They removed the photo because apparently somebody commented that he's supposed to have 9 figures. Wow, okay. I thought you guys were being jokey here.
Oh my God.
He's supposed to have 9 figures, not 10 in the photo, and that's why they removed it.
Can you imagine?
I didn't even think about that.
I would have never thought about that. Watch now. Hot Toys is gonna give you. It's gonna become very innovative and give you a 4-fingered hand. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, look at that!"
They're gonna have to.
I guess. I would.
I mean, in a way, yeah, they kind of have to. But yeah, I wouldn't have even thought to look at that. That's
never. I would have never. Because I would have never expected the figure. And not that it's impossible to have a figure with 4 fingers. A hand with 4 fingers. It's not like they can't do it or anything. It's just I would have never thought that was such a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, it would bother me, I guess. But if you guys didn't trigger me to remember it, I wouldn't have even noticed.
Well, no, but believe me, you would not. It wouldn't matter if you have John Wick holding a gun. You're not going to be looking at his finger. So stop. Anyway.
Joker says he did. Fabs loves his InArts.
Yeah. I love him from afar. I still didn't get mine yet.
Yeah, no news about InArt. Very quiet. A lot of people have not gotten their Jokers yet. Very slow for a first figure that was supposed to come out in Q4. We're a week away from Q2, 2023. So
how fast was
not
that?
great. Not great.
Yeah. Went by really, really fast.
That's true. Yeah. But you got the 2-pack, the sculpted, right?
Sculpted, yeah. And I really don't want to get it, but I
Okay, I was just gonna ask, are you still excited to get it?
I'm not excited. I haven't been excited. I from day one, from the moment that InArt popped up and they said they were gonna start doing 1/6, I was never excited. I just knew I really wasn't. I just knew that, it was a new company and whatever. And then, it's interesting to see, or to expect something to come. But I was probably the most skeptical person in the entire community, because I was the only one who was not all in about, InArt's gonna exactly what you said. I said that's exactly what I did not say. So so the fact that the figure came out a mess, with those bases and all that stuff, like it's I would love to say I told you so, but I would never do that to you guys, but I told you so. So, because again, you can't just think that a company, because they're involved in a certain business, they just happen to hop into another one and all of a sudden, they have credibility, they have this. It doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? And we're learning, we're not because I didn't expect the greatness, but you guys are learning how to deal with stuff like that, because this is not the first company or the only company that you guys are going to see pop up from, whether it's statues, whether it's 6-inch, whether it could be another company from another another style of collectible. Another style of collectible. So don't get all, oh my god, and just wait, take your time, let them prove themselves, let them give you something at least. Like, don't like the Joker that didn't even come out and, oh my god, it's the greatest thing in the world. Like, how? So, and there you go, look what happened.
And that's his moment to told you he told you so.
Yeah. I didn't tell you. I told you. I didn't want to tell you guys I told you so, but I told you so.
I mean, I canceled my 2-pack, and I am hoping to get the single pack still at some point here. But I'm another collector out there. I'm not perfect or an expert on anything. So really, this channel is just about my journey.
I don't think anybody's an expert. I think we all talk from what we know. But sure. I don't think anybody talks about, like, I sure, I know. I mean, I understand that people do that in the community, right. But when I say like we, I mean like, us, right. What I mean? Like, I don't, like, I for sure never said, I mean, I just talk from experience and from what I've been through and from being around for so long, but I know, I know nothing about materials and I know nothing, I don't get involved in any of that, but I know what I know from, being around for that long.
Well, that's why we keep you around, is because you do have that knowledge.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Definitely not for your good looks. But anyways.
Unreal.
So this channel is really just a journey, me with you guys. But so I kind of fell into the hype of everybody's all the content creators were getting the Joker, and you had to get the 2-pack. If you weren't going to get the rooted, you at least had to get the 2-pack sculpted. That's how it felt. I'm not saying anybody pushed that on me, but that's just how it felt. So I got the 2-pack, but I'm as time was passing, I'm like, what am I gonna do with 2 Jokers? Like, it's cool with the jail cell, but like, what am I gonna do with it? Do I need it? Do I need any of these? No, but like,
do I need any? No.
As time went on, and then we saw some of these problems, I'm just like, I think I'm just gonna I'm gonna cancel and try to get the single pack, and if I can't do that, hopefully by maybe some point this year, Hot Toys announces a 3.0.
Wait, what are you canceling?
I canceled my Joker.
From?
Kit.
Oh, you did say. I forgot.
Yeah. Okay. So glad we're clear on that.
I completely forgot. I'm like, what is he talking about?
Unreal.
Guy does not listen to me when I talk.
Just wait till tomorrow.
So anyways, Yeah, that's the route I'm going. You know, it looks aesthetically pleasing, like a great figure, but I don't know. I just kind of want to wait and see, maybe get the single pack, or, wait and see what Hot Toys does, which I would hope this year, they gave
Do
us
you think
Bane,
that's a
Catwoman.
that's I was gonna say that's a question for you. Do you think it's coming this year? I believe so.
I would think it has to. Like,
Yeah.
you've had a
At least
plenty of
at least
time.
the announcement,
Right.
because obviously the figure's not gonna come out now, but the
Right.
announcement has to be this year.
And I think it'd be nice if Hot Toys did some of that stuff a little bit more unpredictable, like, you know, give us a Joker, just out of the blue, announce the Joker instead of something that's kind of predictable. Like when a movie comes out, if we could get a few more of these figures that just out of the blue, I think that would be exciting. So, yeah,
Yep.
because like Kang, we kind of knew we were getting Kang,
Right.
because a movie just came out and it was just kind of written on the wall. So,
Well, it's a big deal character too. It's not gonna be a one time character either. It's gonna be, he's gonna be in multiple things. He was already in Loki. He's in the Ant-Man. He's gonna be in the Kang Dynasty. He's gonna be probably in Secret Wars, maybe not, but who knows, and then Loki season 2. So, he's a big deal.
yeah. Chris in the house, my friend. This is my closest collector outside of Brick, who lives the closest to me. So this guy, we met randomly, and he's like what, maybe 50 minutes from me, and I've sold some stuff to him, and we've shared some stories with our collecting journey. So really good to see you, sir. Hopefully you are well. Got his tracking today, I think, for the Joker from Toys Wonderland for my Rooted set. TW. Moving along.
It's like moving along.
Check offer up for those InArt Jokers. I got one for 400 sculpted hair. Yeah, I looked on eBay and they're just trying to gouge you right now for whatever they can get. Like, I don't know, $1,000 for sculpted double pack. Too much.
Yeah, no, I would never. For Rooted, no, thank you. And it's not like they look bad. It's they look cool. It's just to spend that money on hair, like, come on.
Speaking of InArts, thoughts on the batch rollouts. If you're doing that for quality control, you're essentially telling the first batch buyers that they're guinea pigs.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And I think that's the holdup. I think they're trying to, like, fix whatever issues before they send them out completely. And again, this was foreseen from day one. No company just starts off from scratch and starts, you need trial and error. You need, there's a lot of things that go into this, making a figure. We talk about them like, oh yeah, Hot Toys does this and this one does that, but it's not, it's not that simple. The fact that they're licensed, and that's another thing. You know what I mean? They're licensed and they're giving us something like that. It's like, man, come on, So it's like a slap in the face all around. But again, for those who fell for it, you learned your lesson, and for those who didn't, you already knew what was up.
Joker says expert equals I'm better at buying plastic.
Exactly. Exactly.
The Geeker got the standard one. Almost pulled the trigger on a DX11 about a year ago and was rewarded for my patience. Yeah, this is the game of patience, that's for sure. And especially with a lot of these figures that are being released now too. The name of the game is patience, waiting for sales to happen, waiting for free shipping and some deals, because it seems like that's happening a lot more, and Fabs thinks it's going to keep on happening. So that's kind of what I'm starting to do. Like, it's not like a pre-order game anymore for me. It's, if I really want that figure right away, maybe I'll get it, like a Batman or a Vader. But otherwise, I'm kind of just sitting back, looking for deals on Sideshow or anywhere else I can find them, and then kind of going from there. Like a lot of my Mandalorian line, they've been out for a while now, like a year, still in stock everywhere. I'm getting them on bids for eBay for $150 and then plus shipping. Like, I mean, if you guys can do it that way, that's the way to go. But yes, it does take some patience and some testicular fortitude. So, all right.
Oh my god, this
Use
guy.
one joker to keep the other joker upright. Oh man. So if anybody didn't know, I had COVID a week and a half ago, and this is like the first
Wait, you
show I'm
did?
doing.
We never knew that. Stop
This is
it.
the first show I'm doing, and I can feel it. Everything's coming back up, so bear with me here.
Oh man.
What's
You
so
never-
hard about balancing a figure? You guys. The anniversary with Warner Brothers and the amount of Batman stuff they brought out so far, the chances of the Joker all good. Yeah, the DX11 is a really good figure. I mean, obviously it's outdated, but it's super old, and it stood the test of time for quite a while. People weren't really calling for a reissue until recently, you know, more so when this InArt came out. But
You know what the funny thing is?
it's mostly the hair and the tailoring. But yeah, go ahead.
No, you know what's funny? How people were like, "Oh, you know, the Joker is gonna destroy Hot Toys," and like, look what happened with the figure, right? Just wait until like Hot Toys comes out with theirs, and it like destroys InArt, and everybody's gonna be like, "InArt who?"
Right.
It's gonna be such a slap in the face.
Well, and even comparing the Pennywise figures, you know, maybe like when I look at them side by side, and obviously InArt hasn't released theirs yet, but like just looking at the prototype, it looks like the proportions maybe are a little bit better on the InArt, but you look at the price difference even, and like that's a big factor. Like when you're looking at a couple $100 more expensive, I just don't see how you're gonna steal a lot of people from Hot Toys. And maybe that's not their point, but I don't know what audience they're really going after if they're going kind of above
They're
the Hot
going
Toys
for the
market.
they're going for the audience that has the money to spend on that stuff. That's what they're going for, because you know a lot of people aren't buying that stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
So and I said that from day one. Yeah, you're licensed overseas. Okay, so that does not just automatically give you the right to just overcharge, you know, more than Hot Toys does when Hot Toys is licensed worldwide. You know what I mean? So that right there alone, and I'm going to say it because I said it plenty of times. I made sure to let you guys know that from the get-go, because those prices made no sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, they're licensed, fine, but they're licensed in Asia alone. Okay, so that does not warrant getting, you know, a figure for $400. It doesn't make sense, you know. So,
Well, yeah, that's a really good point that you bring up. The other part is you have that security of buying with Sideshow, like if something goes wrong or
right.
if, you know, getting a return. And I kind of want to talk about that tonight too, with like some of these quality control issues lately. But you at least have that peace of mind where, yeah, they're not licensed to sell, you know, here in the States. So you might have a harder time returning it or, you know, figuring out how to resolve an issue. But like you take into consideration too, they're making this the Batman figure, and then so is Hot Toys. I don't see much of a difference except for in the price. Like when I look at them side by side, I don't see a huge difference from InArt Batman to Hot Toys Batman. So like for me, it's a no brainer. I'm going to go with Hot Toys, but I know not everybody else is like that. But I just haven't seen them show me like the wow factor for that figure. You know, when they're both kind of coming out towards the same time. It's both a new figure. I haven't seen like much to say I got to get that InArt one.
Are you getting anything else from InArt?
No, at least not to this point. I like you said, I kind of want to see what they're coming out with. You know, maybe if something comes out and then it's something like the Game of Thrones is interesting to me, depending on the price point and how it looks.
Right.
But I mean, I'm a big Game of Thrones fan, so you know, 3-0, they do a good job, but some of those head sculpts are still not great, especially when it's like a female like Daenerys or Sansa, you know, stuff like that. So, you know, if they knock those out of the park, that might be tempting.
Yeah, no, I just pre-ordered that sculpted double pack and the second version of the Pennywise that they made, and that's it. After that's out, I'm done. Like they could make the best figure in the world, I will not buy it. Like never. Like that's it. I'm done with that company.
You're not are you you're not a big Lord of the Rings fan, are you?
I don't know anything about it. I never watched a single movie.
So
that
no.
that and Harry Potter. I know absolutely nothing about
I'm
those
not
two.
a big fan of Harry Potter.
Yeah, never.
So um so lately, now that we're talking about like Hot Toys compared to InArt and how much better Hot Toys is, but lately I've had a lot of issues with figures, brand new figures that come in. Cheap wrist pegs, broken elbows, the DeLorean. You know, I haven't gotten that yet, but you know they've had problems with the DeLorean. You know, I thought they're
My Black Widow snowsuit.
right. The flaking on the snowsuit. You know,
The
just things out of the box.
Batman Begins suit was also peeling.
Right. So should we be worried about like Hot Toys quality lately? Like, do we think it's maybe something to do with all of these announcements, these releases? They're just kind of like the quality controls maybe suffering a bit. Like I never had a problem with Hot Toys until like 2 months ago, 3 months
I'm
ago.
I'm gonna give you my take on that. So
That's what I want.
I've never, from as far as I remember collecting, and ordering specifically from Sideshow, I don't think I've ever had, to return anything or any, issues with anything. Um the past year or so, let's say the past 2 years, I've returned probably the most figures I've ever have in the past 2 years. And I think the reason is because again, back years ago, they were not making as much, so there was a lot less room for error. Now they're making that much more. You know what I mean? So it's more, it's easier to have more quality check issues, more production errors because you're making that much more product. So that's why like I don't, I when I noticed it, I was like, you know what? I was like, this is like not normal, but I'm not worried because again, it's a company that's growing and growing and growing. So do I expect quality check errors? Yes. Do I expect them as often as I've been getting them? No, because I get everything. You know what I mean? I literally get everything. Um, or at least most of everything. So I would be one of the few people to know if the items are coming in messed up or not. You know what I mean? More quickly than somebody else who only gets a figure here and a figure there. You know what I mean? So the fact that it's happening, I'm noticing that it's happening. So if it's happening to me, it's happening to more people. But the fact that it's happening again, I think it comes from the fact they're making more stuff, not that they're getting worse. I think it's just, just I think it's just normal. It's just normal with
Yeah.
production. But I'm not worried about it whatsoever. I think there will always be the best of the best, no matter what.
No, I agree. It seems like it's obviously getting more frequent. The other one I forgot to mention was the Robin figure with the suit bubbling right away. Posed them for like 5 minutes. And all I did was put the hands on the hips and then the elbows already were bubbling and peeling.
Yeah,
So
Joker J said, your Black Widow peeling already. Yeah, so as soon as I opened her from the box, I went to take off. So I don't know if you guys know what she comes with, like a little plastic like wrap around her neck, so to prevent like the head from like rubbing on the neck or whatever. So I removed that, and then as soon as I removed that, I went to like, like because it was stuck on, so I went to like go like that and rip it off. And as soon as I lift off, the whole skin peeled right here, and you could see it in my pictures. If you go back and look, it's very visible. So I called them. I emailed them. I took a picture, emailed them, and the body, the replacement body is on its way. Also happened to my hunter face. He had like a slash on his chin, like really bad, like just literally like a clean slash on his chin. And I was like, "Where's this from?" So they're shipping the head out. So I'm not worried about any other stuff because again, things happen, but I am noticing more, more damages than usual.
Gambit said, I've had trouble with 2 DeLoreans, and my wrist peg on my new Chrome Mando broke today. So
Ooh,
I've had problems with the Bo-Katan
Bo-Katan, yeah.
wrist pegs where they would just split in
I think
half, and
we all
then
did. I did too.
yeah, D'Lo did too, I think.
Yeah, no. As soon as you as soon as you pulled the hand off, the what do you call it? The peg would completely snap off and stay inside her hand. And like to pull it out, like it was a night, and it just kept happening. Like no matter what
Yep.
you did, it was. I don't think it was a. I don't think it was a. If you notice, it's a different style of peg. I think that's what it was. I think they try to change it up, and it didn't. They because it's a new style. I think they didn't do it properly. I think that was the problem. But I think once they perfected it, it should be no issue.
Do you think it has something to do with like the female pegs too, where they're like smaller?
Well, they're smaller, correct. They're
Yeah.
smaller, so it's tougher. And again, they try to change it because if you look at it, it's kind of like slanted a little bit. You know what I mean? It's not like a flat round piece. It's like a slanted to an angle. So when I noticed that, I was like, why does this look like this? And it kept falling off. And I was like, and I was going to glue it too. And I was like, you know what? If I glue this, forget it. So I didn't even bother. But it stayed on and that was it. But yeah, I noticed that too.
So it could be a little bit more frequent, guys, because obviously, like we said, Hot Toys is growing and they're releasing more and more figures. So it's kind of just, it's probably just going to happen a little bit more. So be ready for that. There was something else released that we talked about Saturday.
Yep.
That I think it was you specifically said you were charged, so we knew this was coming.
Well, no, I got the email that it was charging.
It was going to be charging, yes.
Yeah.
So, I kind of wanted to look at some of these blogger photos of Clone Trooper Jessie here. This looks like a really good figure. If you guys didn't see Fab's channel on Saturday night with ICS, go watch that. We are there every weekend. Well, we might be switching days, but we'll see.
We might be breaking up too, but
this might be ICS right here, so we'll see.
Oh,
but tempers.
Oh man, unreal.
Yeah. So, so Jessie looks like a great figure. Not in my line of collecting to this point. Really just sticking with the original trilogy and then the Mando line, but some of these blogger photos are amazing and the figure looks really good. Lots of detail on the pauldrons, on the armor itself. You got the cool tattoo on the Tamora Morrison head sculpt. Oh, this is awesome.
That's a beautiful pic. Can you imagine getting that as a poster? Is that the insert that comes in the box? Probably, right? It's got to be.
I don't know. That would be cool.
Yeah, why would they put that on there for no? You know what I mean?
Well, it's a lot of work just to make a picture, but I guess if you really love what you do,
it's all the figures. It's not even like from the show. It's like the actual Hot Toys in the picture. Yeah.
Yeah, you got the Maul, you got Ahsoka, all the troopers, Rex.
That's a beautiful shot. Rex and Jessie are going to look beautiful together. I'll tell you that. I love that.
Yeah, you could do you got the cool stuff with the visor. I love how Hot Toys lately they do the like the printed like wear and tear, I guess.
Oh yeah,
where just it looks more HD. Yeah, weathering. It looks more HD, and obviously there's no texture to it, but it just looks so realistic. This is another great photo here with everybody. I love Cody. That's a good figure too. I did own that one at one point, but yeah, they're just and they're all different. Like you could say, well, it's just another trooper, but like A, you get a head sculpt, but then B, like they just all have a different look to them, and I think on a shelf they'll really look good together.
Yeah, they look beautiful. Vaughn, look at Vaughn. Look at Cody. No, they look nice. They look really nice.
I mean, just look how different he is compared to everybody else too.
Somebody missing? Somebody's missing, no? Oh no, I'm thinking the 501st are missing.
That's pretty sweet too.
Look at that.
Whoever they had do the blogger photos, did a really good job. So you're just getting one of this one?
You don't need more than one.
Well,
any other? Well, no, because any other time I would get two. One with a helmet, one without. But no, not anymore. It's not.
What about you guys in the chat? Are you guys getting Are you getting Jessie? Jesse?
I know a lot of people waiting. You know who he is? He's the Ahsoka of the clones. You know, everybody's waiting for him.
And then he'll still be there.
2 years from now.
Rex is still in stock, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, I mean, Ahsoka, we thought she would sell out right away.
Yeah.
And then we thought Rex might.
Yeah. I think I said when Ahsoka was on pre-order, I said she was going to be a grill, and I have a feeling that she's still. Once she sells out, you'll see. You will see, because now you have the other one. You have the what do you call it?
Live action.
Mando, right, the Mando one. So people are going to want both. People are going to want either one. So I think it'll be a grill eventually, just like I said when she was announced.
Look at the detail on this head sculpt too.
It's the pictures. The pictures look beautiful. That lighting is amazing.
Pores.
Yeah, exactly. The lighting. It looks like he's tan too. He looks like he looks better than Doc Ock's pictures. Like, I think that's what they were going for Doc Ock's pictures, and they failed. So they made him look worse.
This is badass.
That's
at the end of Clone Wars. Look at this too. He's just got all of the marks on his gauntlet. That's really cool. I didn't notice that before.
Oh, the kills.
Yeah.
And his helmet too. Look at his helmet.
Oh yeah. That's pretty cool.
See, I couldn't get into the show, but I wish I could. For some reason, cartoons, I don't know what it is. Like, I could watch
animation.
I could watch Street Fighter, animated movies. I could watch, animated Mortal Kombat. I could watch, DC. Animated DC are the best movies ever. And for some reason, Star Wars, I just can't.
No, I'm kind of the same way. Like I tried a few times to start it, and I've hopped around. There's some really good episodes that I've hopped around and watched, but just going through it, I haven't been able to do it either. I don't know if it's just too overwhelming, and it takes a little bit longer to get going, and that's kind of why I get lost. But I don't know. I really do want to watch it to learn even just more about Mandalore and Bo-Katan and kind of
I just
how
found
she
out
started.
Supposedly, the whole point of the show, which again, I don't watch it, so I don't know. It fills in what happens in between every movie, which is crazy. I had no idea that's what it was. I thought it was just its own storyline and its own thing, which it is, but it's just to fill in blanks on with what's going on with everything else, which I had no clue, which is cool.
Right, and it's all canon now too, so.
No, he looks awesome. He looks really, really good. That head sculpt, that tattoo on that head sculpt.
Lots of pictures too. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like these stormtroopers too, because you have the elastic kind of undersuit, and then you have all of the floating pieces here. It just lets you do a lot of stuff with these figures. Really posable.
Yeah, the articulations go with those. Look at that. Such a basic figure, but it looks so sick.
Natural lighting. Yeah, you don't see that too often.
That was photoshopped. Look at that. Yeah, it's photoshopped. I love the visor look. I don't know why. I just think it makes the helmet look that much cooler.
All right, let's see. Oh, okay. So some of you guys are passing. I'm passing too, but I do think the figure looks really good. It's just, again, not something that I'm collecting here. But let's see. We need the Bad Batch clone troopers / Commander Cody.
Look how he matches Ahsoka too in the picture.
What do you mean matches?
The blue and the white. It's unreal.
Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they match. It's good.
Unbelievable.
Pass on Jesus. Don't pass on Jesus. Just pass on Jessie.
Pass on Jesus. Pass on Jessie.
I think I'd get the clone pilot first. I think it's such a niche one-off that you don't need to know the character.
That clone pilot
Elvin.
looks beautiful too with the 2 head sculpts. Oh my god.
I like the show, but I collect too many IPs. I have no clones. I might get the Bad Batch though. Would you agree? And maybe you and I were actually the ones that talked about this, but like live action will always win out to animation when people are collecting Hot Toys. Like for the most part, like people will want the live action first before animation,
Well,
even
that's
though
right.
they've kind of made this into like a live action.
We collect Hot Toys for the, for the life like or the realness of the, the actors. So to get, an animation to as a toy to look, real life like is cool. Like, I love it, but a lot of people just want, the stuff from the real, the real actors, not so much, cartoons, which is why they don't do so well. But I tell you this Bad Batch line is 100% a hit. Those figures are beautiful. They look amazing. The last two, Tekken Wrecker, beautiful. Crosshair looks beautiful. The figures together look beautiful. So it's going to be a really, really good line. What you're going to see once they're all out and you see them on a shelf together, they're going to make you want to get them.
16 Junkie says he binged Clone Wars. The payoff is actually pretty satisfying. Definitely a fan. Yeah, I did watch the last season, and I've skipped around a bunch before then, but it was a really good season. I will say that. So
Wait, he told
amazing
me,
ending.
Bobby told me he didn't have a TV. You liar. This guy, he's like, oh, would you donate a TV? I was like, what? Unbelievable.
Good
Unreal.
old tube TV, huh?
Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Bob, for lying.
What's up, Pablo?
Pablo and
Must collect all clones. Been waiting for this release since the photo of upcoming releases came out. Well, hey, we're happy for you. It's good to add the ones that you've been waiting for to your collection finally. And it looks like a great figure, so I'm excited to see Fabs review it on his channel.
Well, I don't review. I just tell you guys. I don't like the word review for some reason. I just I just tell you guys, what I think of the figure. I don't really go like into it in depth. Like I don't show you, this is the left hand, this is the right hand, this is, I don't do any of that.
And he only shows one angle, so
Yeah.
let's just
That's
get that
another.
out of the
Yes,
way.
guys. My channel is a one angle channel. So if you like multi angles, please don't come to my channel. Please don't bother. You're gonna get a single angle video. Okay. When I do my opinion videos, it's just one angle. It's just straight ahead looking at the figure. I bring it up to the camera, show you guys real quick. That's it. Very simple. Nothing fancy. I don't have computer skills, so you're not gonna get anything, anything hardcore from me. So if you want to see some basic cool figures, and sometimes, you know what I do, guys? I grab my old stuff, and if it has to do with the new figure, I put them together, and you guys get a whole picture of an entire line sometimes. So if you like to see cool stuff, that's when you go to my channel. Don't go to my channel for multiple angles because you're not gonna get that. Okay. Unreal.
I gotta say, or I gotta ask, and I don't want to put anybody down because I know Beskar Kid uses gloves and he could kill me with his thighs, but I know you use gloves. So does Flavio. So what's the benefit of handling your figures with gloves on?
I just, for some reason, to me, it's just that much easier. I don't know what it is about it. I just like the glove while I'm, grabbing it. And, obviously when I open it, I don't wear gloves when I open it, but for some reason, like when I'm like, on cam, I don't know what it is. It's just my own thing. Bobby wears tattoo and gloves too. Unbelievable. He tattoos his figures. He tattooed Jessie.
I didn't know if you like didn't want to like get your oils on the figure or if that was like an OCD.
Well, no,
thing.
but yes and no. Like for example, I'll always wash my hands whenever I'm like ready to open up a box. But just for whatever reason, the glove on is just, extra protection. You can't protect yourself so much. Unreal.
Fabs is a D2 channel.
Yes. Oh, watermelon. Wrong channel. Tomorrow. Come to my channel tomorrow, Gambit. We'll do it there. We'll do it at the fun channel. This guy.
Yeah, the only thing that I typically show, and I forgot to do it today because, when Fabs is on, I like to warn everybody. So
some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Lies.
I
As
did. I
always.
did forget to warn you guys about that at the beginning of the show, so I
Lies.
do apologize about that.
Lies.
Hopefully, nobody's been offended on our show here.
Offended. Yeah. Okay.
Fabs, do you own any clones?
I do. I have. What do I have? No, I do. He knows I do. That's why he's
No, I do.
laughing.
Let's start with the shorter list. Fabs, what clones don't you own?
I am waiting for Vaughn. I think he's coming tomorrow.
There you go.
That's it. See ya.
I used to make fun of people with gloves, but now that I use them, it's much better. Even
Oh,
with
look
them,
at
I
this
usually
hypocrite.
just-
Unreal. What a hypocrite. Unbelievable.
He's owning it though. He's
See,
owning it.
he
He's
first
bathing in the waters of Mandalore right now as we speak.
No,
So
I'm
it's all
telling you, there's
good.
something I don't know what it. I can't tell you. What made me, one day just pick up gloves and put. But I don't know why I did it, and I did it, and it just, and they're vinyl too. They're not, they're not latex or anything. They got that, they're nice and smooth to go in. So yeah, I don't know. It's just more comfortable for me, I guess.
Maybe I'll wear mittens for my next review.
Imagine.
I just want to be cozy and comfy. We live in Wisconsin here, so yeah, it gets cold. Last thing that I want to talk about is probably the most interesting thing that happened, and it's these awesome figures for the D100. Fabs, how many of these are you gonna get? These cost babies.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, I am going to tell you this, and for those of you who like, who like having like rare stuff or valuable stuff, apparently Mickey Mouse is going to be going from Disney, so
That's a lie. That's not true.
No.
Somebody debunked that.
No.
No, that's not true.
No. It came from Disney. What are you talking about?
True.
So
it's a hoax.
All right. Well, apparently what I read, okay, guys, what I read was that apparently Mickey Mouse is gone from Disney. So the patent from him for him is that's it. It's gone. The licensing from him is gone. So anybody is able to use him apparently. So the new mascot for Disney, apparently it's a dragon. This is what I read. This is what I saw. Is it true? I don't know. But if they're still making Mickey stuff before it's too late, you could pick up some Mickey stuff, hold it, and then once it doesn't belong to Disney anymore, then you bank. That's my my little tip.
It's a good tip.
No, Mickey Mouse isn't replaced. Snopes. Do you know what Snopes is?
No, but it was the first one that popped up.
Exactly, because it's one of those fake, what are they called? Those misinformation things that you find on YouTube, on Facebook, telling you if it's true or not. It's all BS. Get out of here. Tell me.
Yes, sir. All right. Beskar Kid says finger oils next to UV is the worst thing for pleather. Interesting. So I knew there was a reason.
Well, I never, like I said, I never thought about it like that. I just said, you know what? Let me just put my gloves on. And it's not like I even saw it. I even saw anybody doing it because I never watched, like, you know what I mean? Like I never watched anybody with gloves on. The one guy, like I always tell you guys that I used to watch back then was what the hell was his name? Oh God, something long. Forget his name.
Howie.
No,
Howie Long?
No. Something long. Anyway, so that's how I used to watch, and he never wore gloves. So
Fabs has the original clone. It's made of oak. Forgotten by the time.
It's made of oak. Imagine.
It was carved by hand. Hot Toys.
Howard. It was Howard's first.
It was his first go at it.
It was Howard's first toy.
Is it a multicolored dragon, like say a rainbow, maybe?
No, it was green. I know where you're going. It was green.
Sean Long?
Sean Long, yes. And I don't remember.
Pablo, there you go.
Yeah, no, he knows. He's from back in the day too. I used to watch him and I never saw him wearing gloves, so I don't know where I got that idea from, but I just started wearing them.
So what other influencers or content creators did you watch back in the day?
Again,
like Clipper King.
No. He's the only one that I really remember because his videos would always come up with the hot toys. But again, it wasn't like I watched him like, oh my God, this came. No, it was just whenever I would be on YouTube for whatever reason and he would pop up. But again, I was not on YouTube like that 24/7 to be looking at videos or anything because it wasn't a thing. It wasn't, to me, it wasn't that a thing back then. So I was never like a YouTuber, like watching YouTube. Never. It wasn't what it is now. Um, so I didn't watch him like that. But he's the name that I never forgot. There was another that I'll never forget for some reason. Dean Knight. That logo of that, that cool Batman skull with the bone. Yeah. So like that, I'll never forget. And he was one that was around back then as well. I remember his intros sometimes. The Clipper King, I remember him.
What about the review spot?
That I don't remember. Okay. The Clipper King, I remember, seeing that name here and there. But again, I never watched anybody where I was a fan, because again, YouTube wasn't like that, and I wasn't a YouTuber like that watching YouTube because it wasn't the platform that it is now.
No, shout out to Dean Knight too, because that's another guy that kind of just, goes his own route, does his own thing. Another guy that just, you see his collection journey, as he kind of goes, and he doesn't like follow any trends or anything. Like, he loves his horror figures, and he loves, he talks about what he loves. And if you aren't a big fan of it, well, I don't think he really cares. And it's just, no, he's refreshing.
What do you mean he doesn't care? He should care.
Well, he might. I don't know personally, but I'm just saying, like, he does his own. He goes by the beat of his own drum, I guess you would say. So, yeah, it's really cool.
That's how it should be.
Yep, Dean he's still around. I do check out his videos a lot. I love. He does a lot of like mods and stuff too, and just more honest reviews that you can just guy that he lit the Batman Begins figure on fire with his review. Just like it's his favorite Batman movie, and it's his favorite suit. And he was just
disappointed as hell.
He let Hot Toys have it when they came out with it. So yeah, I feel bad for him, but he's pretty much customized his Batman Begins figure to what it needs to be, and it looks really good. He's used. So, did Enter Bay make a Batman Begins figure, or is that just did they just make?
No. I think they did a quarter scale, maybe. I think.
He's borrowed a bunch of parts, and he's made a really good looking one. Plus,
yeah, maybe, if I'm not mistaken, maybe, because I know Enter Bay was doing quarter scales too at one point. I just don't. I'm pretty sure they did do a Batman, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it's too bad because I really wanted that Batman Begins figure too, but once I saw it out of the box, I'm like, that's not for me. It doesn't look like they changed anything, Hot Toys, from the previous release. So.
Wait, for what? For the Batman Begins?
Yeah, I
what do you mean they didn't change anything?
They didn't improve anything in their newest Batman Begins figure.
Well, they tried.
Did they? They failed.
Yeah, that's
the cowl looks terrible.
But do you know? But no, that whole suit, for some reason, it doesn't.
The suit's too shiny.
When D'Lo showed it, I think that suit on 1/4 scale is the best. It was like the cleanest, the best look ever. When I got the Batman Begins, I think what they tried to do was, I don't know if you know or if you own the old one, the original one. Well, not the original one. There was one, and there was the exclusive, and then there was this one. So the exclusive was the one with the rubber suit that got dusty, and it got so dusty that it became white. So what they tried to do was fix that problem with the new suit, but it backfired because it was like not anywhere near what it was supposed to be, and it was just crappy. And it doesn't look good with the Batman cowl on or the that crappy cape that they gave us. So,
right, yeah, it's a shame, because they did do a really good job with the DX19. They put a lot of work into that one. I mean, it was a good figure even before that. Like, you had the DX12, but it still turned out really well.
The Batman Begins is ugly, like right here. You know what I mean? Like that's
like too long too.
It's weird.
It's like narrow. Yeah.
Weird.
So that was definitely a letdown. But are you excited for the Catwoman? Because the Selena Kyle should be coming in the next month or two.
I mean, I bought of the first run, back years ago. I had bought 2 of her, so one on the base and then one on on the Bat Pod. So I have a Batman on the Bat Pod. I have her on a Bat Pod. And then I have, one of each also just, on a stand, on a base. But I want to be able to see the difference. I want to see what they changed. I want to see what's different on the figure. I want to see, the head sculpt. I want to see the hair. I want to see what they changed, what they tweaked. Obviously, we're getting a new body, so the body's going to be, it's probably going to be a
curvier.
Bo-Katan. Yeah, it's probably going to be a Bo-Katan body or something like that, something updated, new. So we'll see what happens, but I'm 100% excited. But I'm excited to see the differences.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to that video that you do, because I had the original, and I sold it in anticipation for this one, and I bought it as a project. The pleather was already all peeled, and I did some mods to it myself, and I'm really hoping they fix it. Maybe even if they did like a suede pleather look, but not like an actual pleather, it would look really good. But even the new body, just giving her more of that female form, I think could help a lot.
Yep.
And then obviously paint applications, because the sculpt wasn't bad. It was just kind of a blah face, like a blah paint application. So rooted hair, again, I'm not the biggest fan of that, but my Gamora's rooted, and that one's been okay. And then I think just my Selena Kyle was the other one that I've had. So I try to stick with sculpted hair, but I think it'll be okay. And then the helmet, or not the helmet, the mask usually helps it kind of keep its form too and keep in place. So
yep,
I'm looking forward to that one, and hopefully, hopefully that one comes out soon, because I'm kind of starting to save for it.
And the fact that like you could turn like the ears down to the glasses, you know what I mean? Like that's a sick feature.
Yeah. Did the Bane figure, does that come out with the same diorama base? I can't remember. Like that sewer, it's a different one.
Yeah, it was a different one.
No, the new one.
No.
Is it going to be
the new one? Is different than what we got the first time.
Right.
It's not
the first time was the grate, like the square grate.
Right. Yeah.
But is it the same as the new Catwoman? Did they use that one again? I thought.
Oh, probably. Yeah, it'll probably be the same thing. Yeah. I thought you meant with the new Bane.
No. Gambit, have you watched the Brooklyn Wolf the Collector? He makes some dope videos. I have not
Never heard of that. Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. Brooklyn Wolf. Maybe it's from your area, Brooklyn.
Oh no, I don't know.
No. Mr. The First Time definitely picking her up and rolling the dice on that suit. Which the weird thing is, not only did the boots and the gloves peel, but then a lot of people had problems with the actual suit. Like, I don't know if it got because it wasn't pleather, but it peeled as well in places, or ripped. I don't know. Yeah, so hopefully they fix that. Late to the show, have you guys talked about the present toys Ghostbusters? We talked about it on Fab's channel.
We can
on Saturday night.
We can go over it real quickly if you want.
Oh, we can.
Remember, this is you drive. It's their choice.
Yes, it is.
Unbelievable. He's like, nah. He's like, we don't need your topic.
Well, why don't you start while I try to find it?
Start what?
Start talking about it. What are your thoughts?
So, all right. So, guys, so we talked about it last night. So they look okay. Like, I think they look okay. I think the Blitzway ones are way better. I have a really, really good feeling that Blitzway is going to reissue the figures again, and I'm only saying this because they're reissuing the Ecto 1, the original Ecto 1, for $3,000. For those you don't know, so why would they reissue a vehicle if you're not going to reissue the figures? You know what I mean? So that's where I'm going with that. So I think the figures are coming. I think that a new 4-pack is coming with Slimer, and I think they're going to just straight reissue the whole thing. So these present toys ones are just their attempt to make that money on figures that they know will sell, because not only do you have the reissue of the original Ecto 1, but you have the Afterlife Ecto 1 coming soon. It was supposed to be released in January. I think it was pushed back to like May or June or whatever I heard. Again, I don't know if that's true or not, but it's not out, so it's got to be true. So I am not getting those present toys ones for that reason. I'm just gonna hold off and get the Blitzway ones. But if you're really, really desperate and you really, really want those figures, they're not gonna be bad because Present Toys has been making really, really good figures too.
All right. Good timing. So here's the one picture of the ghost hunting squad. I think that head sculpt looks god awful. What do you think?
No, I like I said, I think they're very, very okay. Very okay. But I can't. I like Present Toys. I like what they've
Sure.
made. I like once I get the pieces in hand, I'm very happy. You know what I mean? So right now with these pictures, especially, they're only showing you one picture of each figure, which does no justice to either one. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like holding off on like saying anything. That's why I'm saying they're just very okay as of now. But from experience, I've owned and I own Present Toys, and they make really, really good stuff, really, really good quality. So that's why I am not gonna sit here and say, oh, they're ugly, even though they don't look great. I have a feeling they will be in hand.
The Bill Murray one doesn't look as bad. I think the expression
Yep.
and the texture on this face, and I can't remember the character's name, but I don't think it looks good. But I mean, this one, I see Bill Murray here. It's kind of a weird look still, but it looks better. I'm more of a casual Ghostbusters fan, so like this isn't really in my ballpark either.
Well, same
I
with
did
me. Same with me. But I like, having that 4-pack is like, my God, it's just so good.
sure, yeah, the Blitzway is really good, but I don't like it enough to get this to just, to have it, to fill in for what I couldn't get with Blitzway.
Right.
If Hot Toys ever made them, I'd consider it, but
You would get them. Trust me.
I don't know.
You would. Hot Toys?
Maybe
You would. Oh,
I
absolutely you
might.
would.
I
Absolutely
might.
you would. But I don't think they're gonna get this license anytime soon. So
But yeah, and I don't think so either. But I watched Back to the Future, obviously like Terminator, Star Wars, all that stuff, TMNT. The Ghostbusters was okay, and I watched it once in a while, but I was never like, oh yeah, let's watch Ghostbusters. Like, so
right.
I don't have that same connection as I do with this other stuff. So for me, it's a pass.
But if you guys, so my point of me saying what I'm saying is, as somebody with experience, owning the product, owning that company, I can tell you that they make decent stuff. They're not crappy figures by any means. They look great in hand. They feel great in hand. Their accessories are really good. The way they tailor stuff is really nice. So don't worry about the company. Worry about the actual, product when it's out. You know what I mean? Don't think that it's going to be a crappy company or it's not going to be good. If you don't like the head sculpt, then don't go for it. But the company's perfectly fine.
So you think they'll make improvements from what we see here, and it'll get
I would
better
I would
before
hope
it's
so.
released?
I would hope so, or at least like show more pictures. You know what I mean? Like different angles. This is not the most flattering, angle for this figure. I'll tell you that right now. And if it is, then good luck getting this figure because it's gonna look horrible in hand. So but that's what I'm saying. Just hold off and wait. I mean, it's a third party, so you really can't wait much because a lot of resellers, not resellers, a lot of sellers don't keep too much third party in stock. So unless somebody that you order from usually that has them in stock always after they're released, then just hold off and wait. But if you can't, then just take the risk if you really think if you really want the characters.
Sure. And I think they tried to give you like a different head sculpt here as well, like a different expression, but it just comes across as like a Bubba Gump, Forrest Gump type of look. I don't know. It just I don't see it, but they tried, but maybe it'll get better. So
Yeah, I think they threw that out there just to see like our reactions. I think once it starts circulating, I think they'll start hearing that people don't really like the head sculpt that much. So I think
sure.
eventually they'll tweak it somehow. They can't give us that. Absolutely not.
I agree. It's work in progress, hopefully. So, all right, guys. Well, hey, we had a great show. I had a lot of fun talking figures and hot toys and InArt and all that good stuff. So, hopefully, you guys enjoyed the show. Thank you guys for sticking around and watching. If you're watching on rewatch, feel free to leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you, Fabs, for being a part of the show as well. I don't know if you want to plug your channel or what you got going on.
Nah. Yeah, guys. I'll be on tomorrow, 7 p.m. Probably D-Lo if it's still in ICS as of tonight. We'll hopefully Flavio will be there too. Hopefully old Graham's never there because it's too early for him. But we'll see you guys tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. Don't be late and don't be weird.
Don't be weird. Just watch. All right, guys. Thanks again for watching. Take care. And until next time, stay safe out there. Peace.